This is the newest episode of the Green Digi Hub podcast. Today I have with me students who are studying at the University of Graz in Austria. Can you please first introduce yourself? What exactly do you study?
So we are studying education, business education, and we're in the third semester currently, and we are therefore have to do so-called a practice enterprise where we are learning all about business things. And is we are I'm the project leader of the sustainable topics, and yes.
How exactly did you choose to work on a project on sustainability?
Yeah, I decided to focus the project on sustainability because this topic has become really important to me over the last few years. Currently, I became a vegetarian too, and I started to pay more attention to my own habits regarding the consumption and the impact they have on the whole environment. And I realized how challenging this could be, how challenging it is to truly be completely sustainable or have the sustainable behavior.
Hmm.
And this personal interest has also made me curious about how companies deal with these issues on much bigger scale, which we have now in our practice enterprise.
Uh,
And yeah, at the same time, we're working in the department on the Profit Center South, where sustainability and AI come together. And yeah, and this made me explore how businesses can use those technologies to support more sustainable practices within these companies.
And can you tell me more about what your project is exactly about? Is it actually a working company?
Um, it's a yeah, it's a virtual company, and this really shows that we have different departments. We have the accounting department, we have a marketing department, and we are working on sustainable. And we're now in the middle of the sustainable report, and we are analyzing all the things. And we want to introduce certain measure and action to help, yeah, to make everyone aware of sustainability in our company.
Hmm.
Can I can I just add,
Yeah.
just to make it a bit clearer, we are a practice enterprise. This means it's a fictitious enterprise, and
Hmm.
this it operates in a network of about 7,000 fictitious net enterprises,
Mhm.
and they're all around the world. Also in Austria, we have around, I think, 700 or something.
Hmm.
And our goal is basically to support this network kind of for students and also to support this environment.
Hmm. And how is working for a virtual, it's also virtuous, of course,
Mm.
but how does this virtual company teach you about real business challenges? How does it change your mindset?
Yeah, for me it was really surprising how insightful and complex also a virtual company is. And even though, as Bojan explained, the environment is simulated and the organizational processes and responsibility feel also though authentic and real. And many business challenges arise not only from technical issues, how we can introduce certain measures, but also from, I think, what all companies have the same issue is coordination and communication and decision making across different departments is really a challenge. And yeah, this helps me maybe also for later challenges or for my later career to develop a more holistic or complete perspective,
Mhm.
especially in the sustainability related things.
Mhm.
And this not only affects one area, as I told you before, not only affects marketing, this also affects the whole company. Um, and I learned to see how business problems is a part of a larger system, like a network effect. You not have just one measure you introduce or one solution you have. There is a lot of things going on. At the same time, we are in the digital nature of the PE and strengthened the modern understanding of how we work together.
Hmm. And so just to clarify, is this virtual company considered a startup? And what exactly is the idea of the company? What does it do?
No, it's not a startup. And the idea is to have consulting services for other virtual companies,
Aha,
like
aha,
helping them with digital accounting or with AI
aha.
tools or with
Yeah.
also become more sustainable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
If you
just a
have
consulting service.
yeah, if you have a link or something, I can include it in the description of the video. So yeah, you can send me the link after this interview if you have something. And during the process, what's one cool digital tool or maybe AI agent or something that you've
Mm.
discovered that is helping you out building this project?
Yeah, one tool is not an AI, completely an AI tool, but this Austrian ecological footprint calculator helped us really supported our sustainability project. And we decided to introduce this tool to all of our employees in the practice enterprise as part of a department-wide incentive to raise awareness about the environmental responsibility and to gather data together for our sustainability report later on. And this process began with each employee completed the ecological footprint calculator assessment individually. And this was also really insightful for all of them because they encouraged them to reflect on their everyday behavior, such as mobility choices, nutrition, energy use, and consumption patterns, and to understand how this behavior is really contributing to their personal environmental impact. Um, yeah, and for many of my colleagues, it was also, as they told me, the first time they really engaged with sustainability in this concrete and close way. And after collecting all these results from all of our colleagues, we aggregated the data and tried to identify really patterns and trends that help us to introduce different measures. And what we see is that transportation food is showed was really high, which we are right now in the middle of a brainstorming where we can find different measures to lower them. And this really helped us to open just a discussion about everything. And yeah, as I told you, the insight from gained from this calculation of this footprint calculator, we also directly integrated in our sustainability report. And yeah, and this really helped us to found a foundation for explaining why certain measures are, why we are prioritizing certain measures and actions. Yeah, uh, it's really a user-friendly tool, which is just simple to use. Therefore, everyone could use it. And I would say, in general, this implementation of this tool really helped us strengthened our environmental thinking or literacy, as you will call it, among all of our employees and not just for our department south.
And like from your observations, do you think it's hard to make a business be sustainable and green? Like
Yeah,
how
for
much
me,
effort does it take
yeah.
for a team to make its business sustainable?
Mm. it for me was really surprising how time consuming it was to make a business truly sustainable, even though if we speak on this fictitious level we are. Before I worked in the PE practice enterprise, I thought sustainability solely focused on implementing a few environmental friendly measures, and then it's it. But I quickly realized that sustainability requires a long-term planning and constant thinking ahead and monitoring. And also, what is a big issue in our PE is the collaboration between the different departments, which is essential to keep those sustainability project alive. And I also was surprised how challenging it can be to align different departments around one sustainability goals, because every department has its own priorities. That the accounting department solely focus on accounting and making everything transparent. And this is really was really a challenge to make everyone aware that it's a central and a big topic. And also, this showed me that sustainability is not only a financial or a technical challenge, but also educational one, and it requires a change in the mindset and the learning processes, and a commitment from everyone, not just one department has the lead, but everyone needs to be changed in their mindset. And yeah, and this because we are business educator, and this was really insightful for us, especially in our sector, and showed me how important it is to teach not only knowledge but change their behavior. Like we have tools like system thinking, and also align or give out special responsibilities. And yeah, this helped us to keep those long-term strategic and sustainable awareness alive.
And also, how does your team decide what is sustainable, versus what is something that's just nice to have in a company? And Bojan, would you like to also add something to this?
Sure, yeah, yeah. About this question, maybe this is
Yeah.
kind of hard for us. We've talked about this a lot, and we've also noticed this from previous this semesters. For example, they tried to implement some measures which we thought were kind of just nice to have, but not really sustainable, and rather kind of it's just like a show measure, I would say.
Yeah.
And we're really trying to kind of get a measure of things. So we're trying to get data on things. For example, we implemented once something regarding social sustainability. We tried to look at how many women are in team leader positions in our departments, and we really try to get the data on that and to look at it from a real life perspective, and to implement these measures. I think this is most important to look at the measures. And we also have kind of criteria where we look at, for example, we use the ESCRS criteria, and this also kind of helps us and guides us a bit in this direction, where we can identify what's really important and what's just nice to have.
Mhm. And what advice would you give to new students who are joining this practice enterprise program and who care about sustainability? What would be your how do you say it? Yeah, as a general advice, what would you say to them?
I would advise them, because I feel like we also had this point kind of. People tend to always think about this kind of sustainability measures in a real life way. So they think this fictitious way doesn't mean anything, basically. But I would advise that it does mean a lot, actually, because when you, in our position, we are kind of there as a supporter for this whole fictitious system, and for students to kind of get a grasp of what is sustainability. And if you, for example, have your products listed on a marketplace, where you have this digital marketplace and selling these fictitious products, you're kind of producing awareness by doing actually these kind of fictitious measures and fictitious sustainability goals, trying to achieve those. So it, even though it might not seem like you're doing a whole lot of work regarding this area, I think it's this awareness production is kind of what is really important, and I feel like students forget this a lot. So it's not just about, for example, we have a lot of measures that we implemented, like the team leader measurement, which is a real life measure, or we also implemented some, or actually this was the last semester, a real life waste management system in our office, obviously, but I would just advise them to not only think about these real life measures and go also into this fictitious route and try to produce awareness basically.
Hmm. And this like final words, what's your most proud moment from this project? What's the like key learning that you've the most important thing that you've learned?
Mm, I would say for me personally, it is how hard and how much this varies basically this topic. It's such a huge topic, and you can try to implement sustainable measures in so many ways, and it's very interesting to get a grasp kind of what it is all about. And I mean, I've personally had some experiences before in my bachelor's degree as well with this topic, but it is a very different feel when you try to actually work on it and try to implement it in a company, although of course in a fictitious way. But it's very interesting, and overall just getting into the topic is kind of a highlight, I would say.
Mhm. And Andreas, what would you also add? What was your
Mm,
do you have something a different learning
yeah, I would
experience?
say a big learning was that this project, especially introducing some actions, actually have an influence on the behavior, not within the company, also in their private lives and the outside of the company, how people think about sustainability and also think about social sustainability. There that you can really have a huge impact on their lives and how they buy products or how they think about sustainability in different ways. I would say that was a big moment for me to realize that this is a real impact, although the company is not real in some way.
This is also a very important point. When you think about who are you working with and who's looking at the things you're actually trying to implement and implementing, it's basically the youth of tomorrow. So you're having
Mm.
the students right now in which are from ranging 16 to 18 years old, and they're going to make the impact basically. And you can kind of get them to be aware about this topic and really try to change something.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, thank you very much for the insights and for the interesting interview. I'm gonna be uploading this episode probably this week, so I'll send it to you, and maybe you can share it with your network. It will be in YouTube and in Spotify, and yeah, it was pretty cool. And I wish you all the best, and I wish you to create something in the future that's sustainable and impactful.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you, thank you. Bye bye. See you
Bye.
soon.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.